good to see everybody has note-taking materials out. I will be stressing certain points in this speech, so you'll know kind of what to jot down. I appreciate it if you all have something to write. Do you all have a writing utensil? I can give you this pencil. Here. It's two of you. Okay, you can use this pencil. Thank you.
Mine kind of sticks.
Okay, everybody ready? Cool. Okay. So I'm going to try to look up as much of it as I can, but there are some specific points that I want to address and actually read from this, so bear with me here, because I did just write this yesterday. So, motivation. Motivation is really key with Civil Air Patrol. I mean, it's key for life in general. We're going to be focusing a lot on motivation in the squadron for the next few months, hopefully. As the leadership or the staff in the squadron, most of the staff is seniors, is composed of seniors, and so we're going to be going to college soon, and we're going to be, for me anyways, I'm going to Temple actually, and hopefully every month or every few months I'll be able to come back and check up on you guys and see how you guys are doing, but for the most part, it's going to be kind of a lack of guidance for you guys. So what I'm trying to do, I think what all staff is trying to do is get you guys prepared for when staff doesn't have as many people in it. So in the meantime, while we try to prepare you for that, I think for me and for the squadron, one of the most important things is going to be getting everybody motivated. So this is just kind of my guide to motivation. I'm going to teach you guys some things in here, how to make sure you're motivated yourself. We're going to work on, in the future, how to get the whole squadron motivated, and we're going to work on setting goals and how to set the proper goals and stay motivated to accomplish those goals. So let's start. I like to think of motivation in terms of working out at the gym. That's a good example for me, I think, because pretty much everybody, when they're, like, say, old people, young people, people who are out of weight, people who are really muscular or aren't muscular at all, for example, like somebody sitting on the couch watching, like, an exercise commercial, I'm sure every single person in this room, or most people, when they're sitting on the couch and they watch an exercise commercial, if the topic is brought up that, wow, that person is really fit, I want to be as fit as that person, I'm sure every person in this room would agree. Yeah, it'd be cool to be super ripped and buff and like have super toned abs and super awesome biceps and stuff. And everybody could agree with that. It's a relatable thing. So the problem is, I could guarantee to you guys that an overwhelmingly amount of people who would agree with that statement, it would just kind of be a statement. It would be like, oh yeah, it'd be cool to have ripped abs like that, or be like really worked out or something. Really like strong, and then that's it. They just kind of make a statement out of it, and then they don't do anything about it. Or if they think about doing something about it, or they kind of make it like a New Year's resolution. That's a whole other thing I could get into, New Year's resolutions. But people kind of make something like, kind of make a goal for themselves. Oh yeah, it'd be cool. Or maybe in the next year I'll start working out, or maybe in the next few weeks I'll start working out, and I want to get more in shape. And then they also think to themselves, there's no way I could ever have muscle like that guy. Well, let me tell you, every single person in this room, even Erin Kinsey, female, could have super ripped muscles. I'm not focusing on it. Could have super ripped muscles and awesome abs like I do. I'm kidding. But you have to be prepared to put in the time and the effort, and understanding that it takes a lot of time and effort into anything you do is what's going to keep you motivated. And this is for long-term life type of things that I'm talking about here. How many times have you yourself done something where you kind of make a goal for yourself and you think, I want to be at a certain spot in my life, and you think, you kind of make up some random reason, made-up reason, kind of like a fallacy of it's going to be easier for me to reach that goal than anybody else because blank. For instance, it's going to be easy for me to lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks because I have a fast metabolism, and everybody I see on TV who's like on those like television shows who are trying to lose weight, it takes them forever to lose weight, and they're really, really obese, and they eat way more than I do, so I'm going to be able to lose weight way quicker than everybody else, and it's not going to be a problem. In a week I'll lose 10 pounds and I'll be like super buff. Obviously, things like that we make up, I know I do that all the time. I don't know if I do that about like exercising and working out, but I do that with everything. Like, for instance, like school. I'll say, oh, this person I know who's not that much smarter than me got an A on this AP class. That means if I take this class, I'll get an A on this AP class. That, I don't know how much they studied. I don't know if they put in 2 hours every night studying for all these tests, or they studied 5 days in advance for these tests in order to get the grades they did, but I still kind of make it a reason in my mind, that's why I think I'll be able to reach my goal. And so that right there is where you should stop if you're trying to get motivated to excel and do things in life. Because when you do that, that's how you get easily discouraged. When you set really high goals, and then you kind of make up reasons or kind of put delusions in your head on, it will be easier because. And people tend to do this, like naturally, they'll think it's going to take less time, or they'll think it's going to take less effort to reach these goals. And then they get discouraged, and then they kind of quit after a while. So in order to stay motivated, for one, you need to make sure that you don't think it's going to take less time. Whether that means you're working out at the gym, or you want to become the next cadet colonel, the fastest cadet colonel that 907 has ever had. For those of you that don't know, that's like the highest rank that you can get, the highest grade that you can get in CAP. Whatever your goal is, you have to make sure that it's not too, that you don't think it's going to take less time than it actually will take. Whether that means you think it's going to take 4 years, or 5 years, or 6 years. If you think it's going to take that long, go ahead and add on more years. It may take you 9 whole years to become cadet colonel. And even then, you might not be at that stage. And here's another thing. When you're setting goals, if you don't reach your goal, don't get discouraged by that. Do not get discouraged by that. Because, I'll tell you why. With an example. Last year, my goal was to get a 3.8 GPA in school. Because I kind of knew that that was like a really high GPA, that most colleges would see that and be impressed by that, and that's where I wanted to be. Because my GPA was like a 3.66 or something like that. And I tried the entire year, every single marking period, to get that GPA up. And that was my goal. And I worked really hard towards it. And I studied a lot. Devoted a lot of time towards school. By the end, I think I pulled my GPA up to like a 3.71 or something. And I didn't let that discourage me. I didn't say, oh, there's no way I can get this high GPA. I'm just not smart enough. I worked my butt off, and that's as high as I can get. And I didn't just stop there. I learned that with hard work and with dedication, I can pull my GPA up. So what did I do? Come 12th grade year, I worked even harder. And after the first semester this year, I had like a 3.82 GPA. I pulled it up. So that's just an example for you. Now, let me get a drink of water real quick. Okay, here's the next point. I want all of you to write this down. This is really important. Ooh, everybody moves their next week. Okay, everything in life that is worthwhile takes time to get. Everything in life that is worthwhile takes time to get. I try to live my life with that motto. Schoolwork takes time. Studying for school takes time. Sometimes you might cram the night before for a test and then think you're going to get 100%. Think, oh yeah, I know all the material. I'll get a pretty good grade. I'll be happy with like B+, A-. I studied for one night, so it's all good. But it takes time if you really want those good grades. Some of us don't have that time. Okay, so maybe you have to settle for an A-. But everything that is worthwhile, getting that A+ in that test is worthwhile, right? Would everybody agree that getting like a really good grade is worthwhile, right? Yeah. Okay, I see a bunch of heads. So, but it takes time. Okay. Here's another great example. This isn't cheesy at all. Getting the girl of your dreams, all you guys out there. Getting the guy of your dreams, right? To marry you or something, or like date you or something. That's worthwhile. We all want the girl of our dreams, yeah? And it's not going to just come. You can't just walk up to a girl who's like way out of your league and say, "Want to go out, babe?" It's not going to work. If you really care about somebody and you want to be with that person, you need to spend a lot of time. And I see some laughs out there, but it's true, right? It's true. So, anyway, that's just another example. So, all in all, just be prepared to work towards those goals for a long time. In the case of becoming a cadet colonel, actually, I already said that. Don't even worry about that. As long as you stay focused, as long as you keep the confidence in yourself, as long as you have that mindset that you can say, you don't need to write this down, but write something down similar to this. This is what you should be thinking, the kind of mindset that you need to put yourself into to keep yourself motivated towards your goals. You know what? I'm going to do whatever it takes to meet this goal because I want nothing more than to achieve it. I only live life once. Why should I settle for anything less than the best I can make for myself? When you're going through life, why I'm just going to reiterate what I'm saying. Why would you go through life at just getting by? Why would you not get the best grades? Why would you not try to ask out the girl of your dreams? Why would you not try to work towards becoming a cadet colonel in Civil Air Patrol? Because it's the best you can possibly do. Why would you settle for being an airman and just stay an airman your whole life? That's not cool. Nobody wants that. Everybody wants to excel as much as they possibly can. Now, depending on how motivated we are to excel, that's a whole different story. And so that's why I'm bringing up that you need to kind of change your mindset. 2, I'm going to say this one more time. It's really important. I'm going to do whatever it takes to meet this goal because I want nothing more than to achieve this. I only live this life once. Why should I settle for anything less? If you can have that attitude, that mindset, you'll be walking around school with your chest raised high because you're proud of all the work you've done. Okay? That mindset's going to keep yourself motivated through thick and thin. And once you start going through life with a mindset like that, you'll notice changes. Maybe not immediately. Like I said, it takes time. But you'll notice yourself becoming more positive. You'll notice you get more done each day because of it. I'm trying. I'm not pretending to be like a master at motivation and like I'm super motivated and I like excel at everything I do. But if you have this mindset, you're going through life, you're walking down the hallway, and you're saying, I'm going to go to this next class. I'm going to do awesome in this class. It's not, I hope I do awesome in this class. It's, I'm going to do awesome in this class, and you will. Or you'll do better than you've been doing before. And you're going to work towards getting really awesome grades, whether it be school, whether it be working out, whether it be Civil Air Patrol, whether it be your job. Keeping that mindset is really what gets that little push. Okay. Now, this is the tricky part. Now, everybody has all this written down that they want to have written down up to this point. That's for kind of lifelong goal setting, keeping yourself in track and trying to set goals and trying to work towards them. Now the question is, what goals do I set? Okay, because I've been mentioning things like, becoming a cadet colonel, or something I haven't mentioned, becoming like president. You don't think that all the presidents in the United States thought to themselves when they were kids that they would be president, but at the same time they didn't think, I want to be in the government. I want to be a legislator. Nobody thinks I want to be a legislator. They all think I want to be president. But there's no way I can be president, except for the presidents that have this mindset and they think, I'm going to become president. I'm going to work as hard as I can to get that. Abraham Lincoln ran for president like 17 times, and then he became president. And then to this day, you talk to like tons of people, and they'll say, well, who's your favorite president? Abraham Lincoln. But he didn't get elected first time. I don't even know if he had 2 terms. He might have had 2 terms, actually. So how do we set those goals? We don't want to set things that are too high, because then when we don't reach them, we get discouraged. Yet we don't want to set things too low to the point where they're not challenging enough for us to work. Because if they're not challenging for us, we're not going to go anywhere in life. We're not going to get higher. We're not going to do better. So setting goals, like for me, trying to get like a 3.8 GPA, it was challenging. It wasn't something that was easy. It wasn't something I was going to get the first marking period. The first year of trying to get those grades, I didn't. But through work and perseverance, I was able to push towards that. Okay? Now at the same time, setting goals that are really high, that are like above your limit, impalpable, so to speak, those goals, unreachable. Okay? Those goals might not be good to set now, but that's where you want to reach. So you can have that in the back of your mind. You can set those goals now, but just don't think it's going to come easy. Don't think it's going to come super quick. Understand the time limit. Understand that things that are worthwhile in life take a long time, and that they take a lot of effort. Okay. So what we're going to do is I have a little bit more of my speech, but then after I give the rest of my speech, we're going to take a break and we're going to come back. We're going to have some time to write down our goals, share some of our goals, the ones that we feel like we want to share, and then we're going to have a discussion on how we're motivated ourselves. Okay. So now that's where I'm going to transition is to how do you motivate yourself if you can't get in this mindset, and how do you motivate yourself at things that aren't lifelong goals? Because I've been just talking about life-changing things that are really hard to reach now, but that you're trying to progress through. Maybe things that you want to do when you get out of college or as a job. Maybe you want to have a family, you want to have a really expensive car, whatever that is. But now we're going to talk about things at the squadron level. Because like I said, when I started, this is all for the squadron. It is designed to help you guys in life, just yourself as a person, to build your character. But it's also just for the squadron, for you as a cadet. So how do you stay motivated for those menial tasks in CAP specifically, okay? Things like, I've written down here, doing drill outside like we just did, playing a game of war ball during PT, trying to stay on task during a squadron activity. How do you keep yourself motivated for small, short-term things that isn't going to be like, oh, I'm going to get this done, I'm going to do it, this is worthwhile for my life, hoo-ah, okay? How do we do small tasks and keep ourselves motivated? Whether it be like you're in school and you're just like in math class, and your teacher just like hands out a worksheet and says, all right, do this worksheet. And you sit there, you do one problem, and you say, I know how to do this, I don't need to do it. Shove it in my backpack. How do you stay motivated to get those things done? Well, that is not as simple as just trying to change your mindset and trying to set goals. That's much more personable. So it's not going to be the same for any single person in here. It's going to be different, the kind of thing you need to tell yourself in your mind to keep yourself motivated. Depending on what kind of person you are, you might be easily motivated to work hard. It might take a lot of effort to work hard. So I might need to stand here and yell at you to write down these notes. I mean, I'm not kidding. What do you have? You have 3, 4 things written here? You need to write down your notes. You need to stay motivated to do that. I might need to yell at you and get in your face about it. I may need to say, all right, look, so if you write down these notes, think about it like this. If you're flipping through your notes later, like in Civil Air Patrol, you just kind of come by it and you like read something and you say, oh, that's interesting. I forgot that I wrote that. I'm going to keep that in mind for tonight and for later in Civil Air Patrol, and I'm just going to keep that in the back of my head as you're flipping through your notes. And then maybe that motivates him. Maybe motivating him is completely standing by and just letting him do his own thing. Maybe if I come and talk to him and I say, you know, you have to stay motivated, you have to keep, you know, doing this exercise, he might be thinking in the back of his head, shut up, Sergeant Grant, I know what I need to do, leave me alone. But I don't know that, okay? And some of you I know I've known for a few years now in Civil Air Patrol. Some of you I've only known for a year or a few months or a few weeks. I don't know, most of you have been here for longer than that. But as much as I try and as much as staff tries and as the leadership in Civil Air Patrol tries to learn how each and every one of you are motivated during small manual Civil Air Patrol tasks, we're not perfect, and we can't delve into your deep psyche and psychological mind thought process and just try to work out by us talking to you and explaining things to you to try to get you to do what you need to do to stay on task, to do certain things. So now you need to take that into your own hands. You need to analyze yourself, okay? And that's not just going to be tonight. That's not just going to be next week. It's not just going to be during Civil Air Patrol. It's going to be all throughout your week. I want you guys to sit down whenever you're doing something. Maybe you're going on the computer. Small tasks like this. I don't need to say more. Small tasks like this, where you're sitting at your computer and you go on internet. Think to yourself, why am I motivated to go on Facebook right now? Okay? Maybe you get thirsty. You're like, I need some water. Why am I motivated to drink this water? Why am I motivated to pick this up and not pick this up and try to drink it? Okay? Small tasks like that. I'm motivated to drink that because I'm thirsty. And I know if I'm harsh, then I won't be able to give this awesome speech. So, think about it like that. Think, for instance, if you're at home and you're sitting at your computer, you're doing your math homework to try to stay motivated, and your dad yells up to your bedroom and says, yo, take out the trash. And you say, yeah, okay, do it in a minute when I finish this homework. Yep, okay. And then 5 minutes later, you haven't done it. Yo, come on, get the trash out. I already told you 5 minutes ago, you gotta go get the trash out. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be in trouble. I gotta go do it. And you think in your head, oh, okay, so that's how I'm motivated. I'm only motivated if I'm being yelled at by my dad. Okay, then. So how do I fix this? And then you can go there and start analyzing that. And then you can think, okay, so that's how I'm motivated. But now that I know how I'm motivated, how I can get menial tasks done, maybe I need discipline, maybe I need to work on trying to do things that I know is right to do, not just when I'm getting yelled at to do it, but when I know it's something that needs to get done. And then once you can get past yourself on that personally, what I want each and every one of you to do is during Civil Air Patrol night specifically, start looking at other cadets. Start analyzing the cadet across from you, or the cadet next to you, and try to figure out how they're motivated. And the only way you can do this is through communication. It's really helpful during PT, okay? Like when we're doing a PT exercise, or we're playing an activity during TV, like a PT, like a team sport, or something like that. And we have 2 teams, and this person's on your team, and maybe they're not running really hard, or they are running hard and you want to get them to work even harder. And you think, okay, well, it's my duty now I need to motivate this person and get them to work even harder because I know they can. I know they're not at 120%, so I'm going to get them at 120% and working really hard. Well, how do I do that? All right, well, let me try to communicate them and work things out. And it's not going to be instantaneous. It's not going to be easy. That's why I said it's tricky. I said that in the beginning. It's tricky to figure out how you're motivated yourself and figure out how other individual people are motivated for these menial tasks. It's not lifelong the goals that they're going to set for themselves. And so when every one of you individually are trying to learn how others are motivated, and you're trying to encourage or root people on, at least try to positively motivate them at first, because we are in Civil Patrol, we don't want to be mean to each other, we want to stay friends, and we want to stay friendly and positive with each other. And once you figure out the things you can say to them or not say to them to get them to be motivated to do something. Once you do that, and every other person in here knows at least the way one other person is motivated, then that's how we start changing our whole squadron to not needing the staff to try to tell you guys to do things, where you guys just get it done, where you guys stop being individual people who have aspirations to be in the Air Force, or have aspirations to learn about leadership, or have aspirations to learn how to fly airplanes or something, and you become one unit, you become 907. Because right now 907 is just kind of like, you know, a conflagration of people, I think that's the right word, that just kind of come and meet. And that's all fine and dandy, everything. Maybe we do drill outside, we work on team building exercises. But I want this squadron to be something more than that. I want us to be a family. I want us to be connected psychologically with each other, so that way we're such friends, we know so much about each other on more of a deep level that we can work so much more high speed with each other. We're going to be at a point, I hope, where we're more high speed, we're more efficient, we're more productive, and it's a more positive place to be. When we have that kind of energy, we bring that energy in here every single night. That energy is gonna bounce off walls, it's gonna come back at us, it's gonna make us better. Okay? And then it's gonna bounce off walls and come back at us again. And we're just gonna be like a rolling steam train, and it's just gonna be awesome. Okay? That's my dream, that's my goal. Okay? Now I'm trying to stay motivated for that goal, like I originally told you. That we're gonna get this done. We are. It's just gonna take a lot of work from each and every one of you, and it's gonna take a long time. It's not gonna take a week, it's not gonna take 2 weeks, it might take a year. I might come back from Temple University my junior year and look back at all you guys that are still in Civil Air Patrol and just see how awesome and efficient and high speed all you cadets are, and how happy you are to be here, and how excited you are to come here, and how motivated you are to keep advancing and doing better, becoming a better cadet and a better person. Okay? That's the end of my speech. I hope you all took good notes. What we're going to do now is going to go take a water and a stretch break. When you come back, I'm going to give you time to talk amongst yourselves while writing down your own goals. Okay? And also, think while you're talking with people, while you're stretching, getting water, think how you motivate yourself. Okay? And write it down. And then we're going to share our goals, and we're going to share what motivates ourselves that we know of yet. If you don't know how you're motivated yet, then you don't have to write anything. You could just kind of say pass. Okay? And I want it to not just be kind of like down the line, what motivates me, what motivates me. I want everybody to share, but I want it to be more of a conversation. Okay? Any questions?
Yes, Sergeant.
All right, outstanding. So you can all get up and stretch, and I'll meet you guys back in